Hello there, and thank you for joining us on one of our December how-to guides. Well, December, obviously we're building up towards Christmas, so we're coming up with some ideas perhaps for a gift, maybe for those loved ones or friends that can't have alcohol, can't have chocolate, can't have food items. Maybe going for something planted that will last several months, and maybe that's a good alternative. So we're going to use this beautiful rattan basket. We do sell these on the site. This one is actually $4.49 plus VAT, so really good quality as well. We do other sizes. We do this one here that has the handles. That one's $4.19 plus VAT. And this one, which I have to confess I've fallen in love with. This lovely giant one here, which you could put wood in if you wanted to, beside the fire. That's actually $7.46 plus VAT. So as I said, they're really lovely, solid, strong rattan baskets. Okay, so I'm also going to use some bun moss or cushion moss. These are lovely little, as the name would suggest, like little buns of moss. So I'm going to use that to help decorate the basket. We're actually going to plant these beautiful Phalaenopsis orchids. Now, bear in mind, in their natural habitat, Phalaenopsis orchids actually exist in very poor nutrient soil. So, in fact, almost no soil at all. They grow in tree branches, in moss. So you don't have to give them, in actual fact it's best if you don't give them proper compost. Potting compost is too nutrient enriched and it will actually sicken them, it gives them too many nutrients. So stick with a good Orchid Compost. I'm not going to advertise who we got this one from, but this is an Orchid Compost. Again, it's not as highly enriched with nutrients as a normal potting compost would be, and if you can see, it's more sort of bark and chippings as opposed to that fine texture that you'd get with a compost. So I've got 3 Phalaenopsis orchids here, and we do sell these online. You can buy plants directly from us now, just the orchids I believe. And I'm just going to delicately remove that orchid. And bear in mind, the adventitious roots like this do actually help to give the plant anchorage, so don't cut those off. They will take a certain amount of moisture up through those, but not particularly. Okay, what I would also suggest you do is allow the plant to dry out slightly before you re-water it. Orchids do not like to sit in water, and also they do like a lot of light, but ideally not direct sunlight. So the basket I'm using here has actually not got any drainage holes in, because obviously if you're giving that as a gift, you want that to sit somewhere where it's not going to leak. So it's even more imperative that you don't overwater it. So I'm just going to take this plant out of the pot, so just give it a gentle squeeze and pull the plant out. Stand it to one side, and then you can see what kind of space you need in your basket before you plant up. So I'm now going to just gently rest that on there while I fill the gaps in between with potting compost. So as you can see what I've done, just moving the pots, do the same with all 3. Just cut those out. Now these have had a good drink before we use them, so they should be absolutely fine for the person receiving it, not to have to worry too much about watering it for a while. A gentle squeeze just to release it, and then gently lay that down for the moment, and then place the next pot in beside, flat down to the base of the basket, and then the same with the final one. So you can see what I've done there, just placing the pots in. That's just to give you a measurement size of the plant. So remove that pot and you've got a nice little space there where you can just slip your plant in. And obviously have a little look and see which is the best vantage point for it, which I think is there. And then tuck it in nice and gently, and I'll move on to the next one. Just making myself another little hole, and then grabbing my next plant delicately. As you can hear, I'm losing a few of the pieces of bark, but we'll use those up later. And then you can just gently adjust it if you feel it needs to be moved slightly. And then the final plant, and just tuck it in, making sure not to snap any of the leaves off. There we go. Now I'm just going to sit that up a little bit, and then the spare pieces of compost that we've left behind, move those out of the way, they can all be used. Just use those to anchor the plant in a little bit more, so they're nice and secure. You can then push the support sticks down further into the compost. Some plant information cards there that just gives you a little bit of detail on the back, so I probably would pop one of those in when I've finished, just to give the recipient an idea on how to look after the orchid. And then finally, just to finish and give a little bit of a decorative effect, some little pieces of bun moss, tuck those down into the pots, so that it just finishes it off, gives it a nice rustic appearance. Now the moss will also help to retain a little bit of moisture. I think I could do one more little piece. Now the bun moss is so lovely because you can actually separate it into little sections as well. So if you've got a small piece that you want filling in, you can just snap a piece off and it works really well. And then I've just got one little hole in the middle, which I'm just going to pop that piece of moss into. And then just get a little soft brush and brush all the pieces of compost that you've missed. And there you have it. That's all there is to it. And obviously if you didn't want to go down the route of planting 3 orchids up, you could use a smaller basket, just put a single one in. You don't have to stick with orchids. You could put a selection of little plants in as well if you wanted to, or a poinsettia, which would be a perfect Christmas gift. So I hope you've enjoyed watching our how-to guide today.